Hello guys and welcome to this very first WordPress plugin development tutorial. My name is George and today we're going to do a brief introduction to WordPress plugin development. So first of all, what is exactly a plugin? And basically a plugin is a program that allows you to add extra functionalities to WordPress without making modifications to the WordPress core. So this means that you can basically make these programs without having to manipulate the core of WordPress, which is really not recommended to do. Uh, so plugins allow you to make some tasks, for example, handle spam or adding some, for example, functions to administrate categories or posts or basically anything in WordPress. And some requirements that we will need to develop plugins is that you basically need to have some PHP experience. You need to know PHP. That is obvious, and you really need to know that because WordPress is developed in PHP, so that is a must-have. And you will also need to know how to install Apache, MySQL, and you will need to install a local copy of WordPress in your computer, because that is how we're going to make the plugins. How that's how we're going to develop the plugins. So, and the other thing that you will need is that you need to learn how to use the codex. And the codex is basically this website. It is codex.wordpress.org, and it is basically a reference to WordPress functions and features, and reference to the API. So basically you will find in the codex everything you need to know on how to develop a plugin correctly in WordPress. So those are like the basics. And another thing to know is that WordPress is basically like the core, which contains all the functions of how WordPress is working. Is like the engine of WordPress, and above it you have like plugins and themes. And so plugins, when you develop plugins, you basically make like these calls to the core, where you can um, extend the functionalities by adding some things called hooks. You can handle hooks, which are like events that the core basically is constantly triggering, and with those you can add functions that respond to those events, and you can handle any kind of thing that you want to do in WordPress. For example, if you want to automatically add some tags when you publish a post, basically the core trigger an event when you publish the post, and when that happens you can say, hey, now I'm going to add some tags to this post, and you can do that by writing that code in a plugin. So that is a really like a form of how plugins work, and we're going to see a little bit more about it in next tutorials. But basically these are like the requirements. Don't forget them. And to download WordPress, if you haven't done that, you need to go to wordpress.org. You can go over here, and here you will find a link to download WordPress, and you can install it in your computer. And here you will also find the instructions of how to do that. It's really simple, and I'm assuming you are going to do this so we can move on and develop our very first plugin. So this is basically the first tutorial. It's like a really brief introduction, so you can know a little bit about how the plugins work. And in the next tutorial, what we're going to do is that we're going to write our very first plugin, and we're going to make the basic configuration, how to activate this plugin to your WordPress installation, and maybe we'll make some functionality like adding some tags to a post with this plugin that we're going to make. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe or like this video if you do, and see you in the next video. So thank you for watching, and see you later.